In a world where power seduces and corrupts, one man stood differently. Not taller than others, but straighter. His name was Thomas Sankara, and he chose to dream. Not for himself, but for millions. Before Burkina Faso, it was Upper Volta landlocked, colonized, and forgotten. Until 1983, when a 33-year-old revolutionary took the reins, not to rule, but to rebuild. He didn't ride in a presidential convoy. He arrived on a bicycle. No bodyguards, no gold epaulets, just a vision and madness. The good kind. Thomas Sankara. Soldier, guitarist, philosopher. His enemies called him dangerous. His people called him the people's president. He didn't see poverty as a statistic. He had lived it. And he promised the people, "I will not lead you with fear. I will lead you with example." In 4 years, he vaccinated millions, redistributed land to the poor, built railways, schools, and roads without foreign aid. And for the first time, women were appointed as ministers, military leaders, and engineers. He banned forced marriages, criminalized female genital mutilation. And when asked why, he said, "The revolution and women's liberation go together." He slashed his salary, lived in a modest home, sold off the fleet of government Mercedes. When leaders came visiting, they were met not with champagne but with humility. Sankara wore his military fatigues like armor, not against bullets, but against ego. But truth has a cost, and the cost is power. Foreign powers disliked his independence. Local elites hated his reforms. He wasn't a puppet. He wasn't for sale. He refused aid with strings, refused loans that built palaces and emptied the people's pockets. And worst of all, for his enemies, he was loved. October 15th, 1987. A coup, swift, brutal. Sankara didn't run. He stood, unarmed, and he died as he lived, boldly, with dignity. His best friend, Blake Compaore, pulled the trigger of history, and with 12 others, Sankara was silenced. Buried in an unmarked grave. For 27 years, his name was erased from textbooks, his image banned, his voice muted. But in the shadows, he became something more, an idea, a whisper, a drumbeat. His story passed from mouth to mouth, city to village, until it could no longer be ignored. Today, murals of Sankara rise in Dakar, Nairobi, and Paris. Youths wear his face on t-shirts, not as fashion, but as defiance. He showed a continent what could be, what should be, and what must be when truth becomes action. His speeches are studied, his quotes etched in stone. But more than that, his sacrifice has become fuel for the next Sankara and the next. Because you can kill a revolutionary, but you cannot kill a revolution. While revolutionaries as individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill ideas. Thomas Sankara was not a saint. He was a storm, a mirror, a lesson. He asked his people to stand tall, not because they were poor, but because they were proud. He didn't just challenge the world. He challenged us to believe, to build, to remember. Thomas Sankara, the man who dared to dream for a continent,